In this video, I thought I'd have a look through some internship developer jobs listed on LinkedIn. So I searched for .NET developer jobs in the United Kingdom, and surprisingly, I only found 2 jobs. So the first one is a full stack software engineer with Ryanair. An immediate red flag here is that it says the job was listed 4 months ago. I would recommend you be a bit careful of jobs that have been listed more than 30 days ago. More often than not, they say, oh, sorry, the job's been filled. Let's look through the job spec and I'll pick some things out that might be useful. Okay, so the first red flag I've noticed is although it says Ryanair here, when you actually click on the job application, it says something to do with Grabyo. I would be wary of a job that claims to be for some company, but is actually somebody else. So this is quite a strange one, although it seems to be an okay kind of job, but it is very weird why it says Ryanair here, but it's actually Grabyo. Personally, I've found a lot more jobs on Indeed. I don't think I've ever found a job on LinkedIn. I've had lots of contacts and emails and notices and phone calls and things, but nothing ever seems to work out through LinkedIn. Maybe it's like all the other social networks, a big waste of time. So what I like is that they do have a list of technologies that you're supposed to know. Obviously, if you don't know any of these, then it's a waste of time applying. In my particular place, I'm a C# developer primarily, so this is probably not a good job for me. Another tip I'll say is that here they mention AWS. Azure and or AWS are very, very hot, so if you have any chance at all to pick up on these cloud technologies, then you're much more likely to get hired. With both of these, it's relatively easy to set up a little side project on them, so you should definitely consider doing that. Another thing I like about this job advert is it gives very specific details of the interview process. This is actually quite similar to the senior developer jobs that I've applied for over the years. Initially, it's a phone call interview, about 30 minutes. Usually it's not too technical, they'll probably probe you a little bit, but really it's just to find out what kind of personality you have and make sure you can communicate. I would always say as far as possible to try and start the interview process with a phone call. A phone call saves so much time and money compared to having to go to London or Aberdeen or Edinburgh or somewhere else for the job interview. I'm not a huge fan of technical tests, but I understand they are a lot more common at junior entry-level roles. With technical tests, I would say only do them if you really, really want the job. Otherwise, it's just a big waste of time. I would say that if you get through to the final face-to-face interview, your chances are pretty good. I would say maybe 1 in 3 chance of getting a job. As for benefits, they have some pretty decent benefits. If you're looking for an entry-level job, it's often better to work in an office rather than work remotely as I do. You'll definitely learn more in an office environment. There are loads of different perks these days, but I always look for a pension scheme. Future you will thank current me for telling you that. Also, I prefer somewhere that has more annual leave. Here it has 25 days holiday and an additional holiday week. One other thing is that I don't really like working really long hours. I'll warn you though that you have to be very careful asking about job working hours. Many employers take that as a bad sign if you ask them. Now let's look at the second one, which is a trainee full stack web developer. So the red flag with this one is it's actually with a tech academy, and if you scroll down further, you realise that you actually have to pay to do this internship. I would be very wary of these. I think your money is better spent elsewhere. I'm actually a self-taught developer, so I never did an internship or paid to go on any programming courses. I'm entirely self-taught. The way I got started was to become a technical writer, and then I moved into software development. I've also started a few side projects over the years, which have been really good to talk about in job interviews. Check out my channel's About page because I put a few links to those. Incidentally, I'm wary of all these places that claim that software developers are hugely highly paid and everything. They promise starting salaries of up to £52,000 per annum. Let me tell you, I'm a software developer with 25 years experience and I'm not earning that much money. Okay, so in summary, I'm kind of disappointed by LinkedIn. There weren't that many internships. I think really rather than internships, you're better off finding an actual job. Although it will take longer, it will work out better in the long term. While you're looking for jobs, work on your side projects and put something really good on your CV. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any comments about job seeking or internships, then do leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.